up, y'all? It's your girl Brianna, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new to my channel, then welcome, but if you're not new, welcome back. What's poppin'?
It's you. It's not even nobody bad. It's you. Come on, baby, you know that I'm bagging you. I had to get a Louis on bag or two. It is no one that is bad as you. We got no baddicks on baddicks too. Made it straight to the top, got a whole lot to lose. Keep on asking me, trying to find the truth. I said, baby, I'm better off lying to you. I said, baby, I'm better off lying to you. You will never be able to find the root. Everything on me designer too. Everything on me designer top too. All of my diamonds, they pink or they blue.
So as you guys can see from the title of today's video, your girl is back with another story time, and today's story time is about the time I almost got suspended from high school. To this day, I still get mad when I talk about this story, because like, y'all will see. For real though, like I was just thinking about this story the other day, and I was like, I need to do a story time on this, because this was just, it was something, okay? It was something. But yeah, make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 500 subscribers. Make sure you guys follow all of my social media so you can keep up with me when I'm not on YouTube. I'm gonna put these names up here on the screen. And with all of that being said, let's just go ahead and get into the story. Okay, so boom. So this story took place in 12th grade. This was my senior year of high school, and it happened like around the beginning of the year. So I was already starting the year off on a bad foot. I just want to throw in there that like all throughout school, I've always been a good student. Like I've never gotten suspended. I've never gotten, like I barely ever got in trouble. Like I was always a good student. Like I came to school, I did my work, I mind my business, I go home. So like when this happened, I was like, what the heck? But anyway, so the way my school was, and I don't know if like other schools are like this or not, but we had like, I think it was like 4 or 5 lunches. Everybody was like divided. So either you had first lunch, second lunch, third, fourth, fifth, you know. So I can't remember which one I had. I think I had like 4th lunch or something like that. So basically we went to lunch in 3rd period, and 3rd period was always the longest class. So the first half of like 3rd period, first lunch, they will go to their lunch, and then after their lunch is over, second lunch will go, and then 3rd lunch, and so on and so forth. So I had, I think 4th lunch, like I said, and my friend, she also had 4th lunch. So we would always meet up in the cafeteria, and like we would go to lunch together. Like we would sit together and just talk during lunchtime or whatever. I never ate the school lunch. Sometimes I would get like some chips out the vending machine, but that was pretty much it. But I never really ate lunch. Like barely anybody ever really ate lunch for real. So during lunchtime, everybody would just be sitting there chilling, like just talking to their friends or like just using their phone or whatever. So one day, me and my friend, we decided to like leave. Like not leave school, but like leave the cafeteria, because my school was like really big. So we had 2 buildings. We had a main building and then like another building with other classrooms and stuff in it. So one day we decided, we were like, you know what, let's just go and walk to the other building and just hang out in there. Like y'all, we was not eating lunch, and what was the point of just sitting in that cafeteria for like 30 minutes just sitting there? Like we would be really bored. So when she said like, let's go to the other building, I was like, okay, cool. We weren't the only ones who did this. It was like a lot of students who like would just skip lunch. A lot of people would just hang around like the hallways or hang around the school or whatever instead of going to lunch. So fast forward, we did this for like a few weeks. So instead of going to lunch, we would just meet up in front of the cafeteria, and then we would just like hang out in the other building, or we would just like stand around somewhere in the hallway. Like we would just find somewhere to just hang out basically. And this was like the highlight of my school day, because I didn't really like talk to the kids that were in my class. Lunchtime was the only time I was able to like talk to friends and stuff, because my friends had the same lunch as me. In class, I didn't really talk to nobody. So one day, y'all, I remember I was in class and I texted my friend before lunch, and I was like, do you want to go outside during lunch so you can take my pictures? Because I remember I had got my hair done like a few days prior to that, and I wanted to get some pictures and stuff. So I was like, do you want to go outside? Because I wanted to take pictures and stuff. And she was like, yeah. So boom, the bell rung for lunch. We met up, we went outside, and then she took my pictures. So after she finished taking my pictures, she was like, I need to go talk to one of my teachers. And I was like, okay, that's fine, like we can go. So we went back in the building. So like I said, my school had 2 buildings, the main building, and then it was like a second building. So the main building, it had 3 floors in it. So we walk in on the 3rd floor, and then we go up to the 2nd floor. So the teacher who she had to talk to, her classroom was on the 1st floor. So while we're on the 2nd floor, like walking down the hallway, walking to the stairs and stuff so we can go to the 1st floor, tell me why we see the principal. She walks up to us and she's like, where are y'all supposed to be? So my friend, she's like, oh, I'm just going upstairs, like I have to talk to my teacher or whatever. And the principal is like, where are y'all supposed to be? Relax. So I was like, this is our lunch period, but we're just going to go talk to a teacher first. And she was like, no, like if you have to be at lunch, you need to be in the cafeteria. You should not be skipping lunch. You should not be roaming the halls. You can talk to your teacher after lunch and yada, yada, yada. Like she's basically just telling us like, no, you need to go back to the cafeteria. So we're like, okay. So we turn around, like we do a U-turn and we go back down the hall. And the way my school was set up, on the second floor, we had 2 stairways. So there was 2 stairways that led up to the first floor. So we turn around and we're just walking back down the hall, like we're walking back in the direction of the cafeteria. And then when we turn the corner, we just go up the second stairway and go back on the first floor. And y'all are probably like, girl, you should have went back to the cafeteria like the principal told you. Yeah, maybe that's what we should have did, but that's not what we did. The second we turn around the corner, we just go up the other stairway and continue on our route to the first floor. So we get to the first floor and we get to my friend's classroom or whatever. So she goes in the classroom and I was like, I'm gonna just wait out here in the hallway. I'm just standing like in the doorway in the hallway. So the hallway, it was empty. It was empty and it was silent. Tell me why all of a sudden I hear these loud heels click clacking down the hall. So I turn around. And when I turn around, y'all already know who it is. Y'all already know who it is. It's the principal. She's literally speed walking down the hall. Like, I'm talking about, like, she got some pep in her step for real. Like, she's, like, walking down the hall, like, stumping in these little heels, like, charging at me. I'm probably being dramatic, but no, like, it really felt like she was, like, speed walking towards me. Like, I was like, okay. I just turned back around facing forward like I didn't see her. Like, I turned around and saw her and I just said, okay, well, that's not good. I turned back around and then all of a sudden I hear her yelling, I knew it, I knew it. I knew y'all was gonna come back up here. I knew y'all was gonna take the other stairs and come up here anyway. I knew it. And I'm like, but why is she making a scene? Like, this lady was screaming. She was yelling so loud, her voice was literally echoing in the hallway. So she's like, I knew y'all was gonna come back up here. Where's your friend? Where's your friend? So my friend come out the classroom and then she's like, I told y'all to go to the cafeteria. I was heated because for one, why are you yelling at me? And for two, why are you pointing your finger in my face? Like, who are you to be doing that? Like, you was nobody's mama. You was a principal. You just a regular person with a title, with a job title. Like, why are you yelling in my face, first of all? I feel like she was being disrespectful, and I understand, like, oh, she's mad because we didn't listen to her, whatever the case may be. But that don't give you the right to, like, yell at nobody's child like that. Like, when I tell y'all she was yelling at us, veins was popping out and everything. Teachers were literally coming out of their classrooms looking in the hallway like, what's going on? I'm like, what y'all being messy for? Like, why is y'all looking out the classroom? Like, go back in your class. But anyway, so she was screaming at us and stuff. And I'm just standing there staring at her. And I'm just thinking in my head, I'm like...
I remember thinking, I'm about to beat this up.
So me and my friend, we both just standing there while she's literally screaming at us. And then she's like, both of y'all, follow me. So she starts like speed walking again down the hall and she goes into the front office. So we follow her into the front office and this is when things got even worse, y'all. During this time, I was an office aide, and if you don't know what that is, basically if you were a senior and you had like enough credits or whatever, you could be an office aide. So instead of having like an academic class, they'll substitute one of your classes, or you can just be in the office for that class period. And basically as an office aide, you just do like office stuff. They would have us like stapling and sorting papers, and we would give out like tardy passes when people came in late. If there was like a new student, we would have to like walk them to their class and stuff. We were just like office assistants basically. So I was an office aide for a second period, and it was like me and like 3 other girls. I really like being an office aide because I didn't have to go to like a regular class. I could just chill in the office and it was a vibe. Like, I really like being in the office. But anyway, when we got into the front office, like she walked in the office, we followed her in the office. One of the administrators that worked in the front office, she saw me walk in and she was like, "Hey, Brianna." Y'all, that was like the worst thing she could have said, because when she said that, the principal stopped in her tracks and she turned around and she was like, "You know her?" And the lady was like, "Yeah, that's Brianna. She's one of our office aides." And the principal was like, "Not anymore. She's fired." I was so sad, bro, because I really like working in the office. Every year I was like, when I get in 12th grade, when I become a senior, I want to be an office aide. I want to be an office aide. And I got fired. And mind you, this was in like September. So school hasn't even been in session a full 2 months. It was so bad for me, y'all. And basically she asked us if we were like on any sports or anything. I guess she was going to get us kicked off or like suspend us or something. But I was like, no. My friend, she wasn't on any sports or nothing either. So we were like, no. And then basically she just lectured us again. She told me that at the end of the day, I have to go to the counselor's office to pick up my new schedule because I'm no longer going to be in the office for second period. I was livid. I was angry. So then she dismisses us. At this point, lunch was already over. So we went back to class, and y'all, word spread so fast in high school. Like, by the end of the day, everybody was asking me like, "Oh, you got fired from the office. How did you get fired? I heard you went with the principal. What did you do? Why would you in the principal's office?" I'm like, how does everybody know all this stuff? So at the end of the day, I ended up going to the counselor's office to pick up my new schedule. And y'all want to know what class they gave me? Like I said, I was no longer working in the front office. So they ended up putting me in gym. And y'all are probably like, "Oh, that's easy." No, I hated gym so freaking bad. Like, it was just not for me. When I went to gym the next day, y'all, tell me why it was like 60 kids in my class. Like, I'm not even exaggerating, if not more. And most of them were like freshmen. It was only like me and like 5 other seniors. Everybody else was like either a freshman or a sophomore. So there were just so many little kids, y'all, and they were so annoying. Like, I'm sorry, like, if you're a freshman or a sophomore, whatever, and you watching this video, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about you. But the kids in my class, them freshmen in my gym class, baby, they was annoying, okay? And then we didn't even do anything in gym class. Like, we would go in there every day and they would like let down the bleachers in the gym and we would sit there the whole entire class period. And I swear, y'all, that class went by so slow. Maybe because I didn't want to be there, but it just went by so slow. And I will always just sit in the corner by myself with my headphones in, just listening to music, waiting for it to end. Like, I hated that class so much and I was so mad. But I mean, on the bright side, at least I didn't get suspended, because I really could have gotten suspended, because the principal, she was good for suspending people. Like, she would just be so pressed to suspend somebody. Like, over the smallest inconvenience, she would just be like, suspension, 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 handing out suspensions. Like, you get a suspension, you get a suspension, you get a suspension. Like, she was real good for suspending people. I really thought she was gonna suspend me, but luckily she didn't. But yeah, that's the story, y'all. I really feel like she was being so dramatic. Like, all we did was skip lunch to go talk to a teacher. She act like we was walking off campus or cussing out teachers or fighting or something. Like, it's kids that was doing stuff like that, but she worried about us not going to lunch. Like, make it make sense. Like, please be for real. You really that mad because we didn't go to lunch? Okay. And after that, y'all, I'm not even gonna lie, I blame my friend, because I kept telling her, this is your fault that I'm not working in the office no more, because you wanted me to go with you to talk to that teacher, and if we would have never went up there to talk to that teacher, the principal would have never saw us. She would have never told us to go to the cafeteria, and we would have never gotten in trouble. I was looking at it like, I got in trouble for going with you to talk to your teacher. Like, this didn't even have nothing to do with me. This was all you. So I was mad for a good little minute. Oh, and then y'all, the next semester, I ended up getting gym again. Like, I ended up going to the counselor's office and asking them if I can be put back in the office, and they told me no. And I literally had gym again for second semester. So I had gym again the whole entire senior year. All because of that one little mistake. Like, oh my God. But anyways, you guys, that is the end of this story time. I really hope you guys enjoy listening to this story. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. comment down below your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel because we're on the road to 500 subscribers. Make sure you guys follow all my social medias. I'm going to put usernames up here on the screen. And make sure you guys support my businesses. I'm a graphic designer and I also sell digital planners. Everything will be linked down below in the description box. Make sure you guys book with me and shop with me. And with all of that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.